All right, so I'm taking a quick little break, just in between meetings right now, but wanted to quickly go over how I scaled my agency from 0 to 100K per month. At my peak, we did a little bit over 95K per month, but I didn't really scale by trying to do everything at once, and I didn't really build the agency by positioning myself as another media buyer. I built it by taking everything I had learned about paid media, creative, CRO, which is like conversion rate optimization, funnels, retention, and overall operation. And then I pretty much packaged it into a complete growth system for brands. It sounds like a lot of buzzwords, but it's really not, right? So before starting my agency, delbono.com, I had already worked across several sides of e-com growth. So, it's managing enterprise clients, building internal marketing system, launching LPs responsible for, let's say over 50 million plus in revenue. I think across the board, you're looking at well over 250 million in revenue. Uh, Build scaled conversion rate optimization department, developing tools for increasing creative production, manage paid media spend, north of probably 400K per day, right? And the agency became the place where I started to bring all of these experiences together. And my first major shift was when I started moving beyond the we manage your ads. That was crazy. That was really great because our approach became really centered around our three core pillars. So if you look at delbono.com, it's our profit first media buying, conversion optimized funnels, and then our hook and hold creative system. So we started selling the system where we could plug and play into a business. A lot of these brands, one of their biggest, let's say, objection, right, is that, hey, I know you got case studies for these, but what makes it applicable? And one of our biggest things was a system, selling the system. It's a plug and play system. So instead of looking at Meta, Google, landing pages, creative, and retention as separate services, we treated them as a one customer acquisition system. So that allowed us to just solve much larger problems for clients and charge based on the value of the outcome rather than the numbers we completed. So this is similar to how Alex Hormozy does, his $100 million offers and $100 million leads and all those things where he really talks about the offer. But we positioned ourselves as a strategic growth partner instead of like a glorified freelancer. So we weren't just reporting, cost per acquisition or ROAS. We were helping founders identify, let's say, big constraints in the business. So if that was, hey, your creative is fatiguing, hey, you have an inefficient funnel, hey, you have a weak offer, hey, you have poor conversion rates, or hey, you have low customer lifetime value, the big part that we communicated was the fact that we were able to stitch all of them together into one, right? So every client update was starting to become, what happened, why it happened, what we learned, what we're doing next. And really, the goal of the quote unquote system was reducing uncertainty and then just build the confidence in our decision making. We started priding ourselves more in acting like a statistics shop rather than a creative shop or a creative studio or whatever you want to call it, right? And from there, I was really the goal is to make the reports feel like it was more so proactive business growth rather than just a report. So the agency grew. I There's been plenty of times, and I'm probably going through it right now, where I stopped trying to personally execute every part of the work. But we built a lot of the cross-functional teams. So we have people in for media buying, we have people in for creative, we have people in for design, we have people in for development, we have people in for CRO, we have people in for emails. So I started to work through everything. Every single entrepreneur is always talking about systems, and that is so true. But I began to turn the way I looked at the services into the repeatable systems. So, structured creative testing frameworks, clear media buying principles, a standardized client communication system, funnel, an LP audit process, dashboards, all of these things. Every single day, I kid you not, I was just focused on delivering the best system possible, and every single service or every single task I would match it up with, let's say, an hour worth of admin work for the system itself, right? And that was the main thing that made it really possible to maintain a standard without me requiring to personally touch every campaign, page, or client message. Another big key part really was internal tools and AI workflows. We were analyzing creatives, inspecting websites, inspecting funnels, combining performance data. Remember, we're like a team of 15 spread across 8 to 10 brands, right? We, at its core, an agency sells an institutionalized knowledge service to where brands come in and profit comes out. And that's really how I started to look at it. So we could look at almost any brand, start asking the 3 questions, which is part of our 3-part system, is are we capturing and holding attention? Are we converting that attention efficiently? Are we acquiring customers profitably? And those questions started to give the team a shared way to diagnose problems and make decisions. So reaching the 100K per month mark as an agency didn't really come down to just getting net new clients, because to be honest, our client size right now is what, 15 to 17K per month base. So we're not going too ham on client acquisition. And to be fair, this isn't really a net new rookie business that a lot of business owner or SMMA course gurus try to push. And the key core of getting to that 100K per month was the several advantages we had. So that was already like my deep experience managing growth at scale, a big broader offer than just traditional media buying, so more than just Facebook ads, measurable proof and case studies, that is important, clear systems for creative, funnels, and acquisition, cross-functional delivery team, so teams across email, teams across media buying, teams across creative, teams across LPs, and then technology and automation. That is massive. That is absolutely massive. We have all of our apps connected to MCPs to go towards our ChatGPT, to go towards our cloud. Anyways, all of that was just that I didn't really scale more by selling more of my time. I scaled by turning and using my experience as an asset, using my judgment as an asset, and the way of thinking into a system that then other people, other marketers can come in and then, hopefully down the line, software could deliver. So this is really what took DB&P from 0 to 100K per month. Nothing too crazy. We've done a lot of other acquisitions in terms of acquiring clients. I can talk more about that, but down to its principle, this is literally what it took to grow the agency to that level.